It's a strange thing, isn't it, in the world of celebrity? When you think about it, you look at it in the bigger picture and you think, what is it really? You get celebrated, don't you, for about 10 minutes, if in all true reality. And then, of course, we all grow up. I was very lucky many years ago to interview Adam from Adam and the Ants. And he was a brilliant guy, you know, came up with that whole conception of the wild frontier and the dandy highwaymen and the Prince Charming and all sorts of stuff. And he was very, very clever, a very wonderful man and a talented musician also, literally came up with everything. But you know, fame is fickle, as he found out, and after a few years those young girls grow up and more importantly they moved on, and now people ask, who's Adam Ant? Of course there's die-hard fans, but people forget. It's a little bit like one-time favourite royal, none other than this man. Let me explain. Only lovely to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for your time. It's true though, isn't it? You know, we all have a moment in the sun if you're a particular pop star or somebody like that. And as I say, I'm a big fan of a lot of these people, and that's what nostalgia's about. We look back, don't we, at our younger stuff and think, wow, you know, they were great. And then you say to young people, and they're looking at you as if you're potty, aren't they? As if, what? You like this? But it's in the moment. Now, some people might say that this particular debacle regarding, of course, the former royal known as the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, is definitely in the moment. But I think this is a little bit cruel, in fact, because over at Madame Tussauds, they very, I would say, rather nastily taken down his waxwork. Now, nobody's complained about it. It's not been defaced, nobody's been negative or anything like that. But of course, he's now just been removed. It's interesting when you contact Madame Tussauds, they just want to use this phrase, we're just refreshing. You know, well, if you're refreshing, you're moving them around to a new location, maybe a new scenery, new backdrop. Refreshing is that. Removing is a completely different thing. And the reason why I point this out is, and people will say, oh, you're on the side of Andrew, I'm just stating facts. He's not being charged with anything. We know the background to, of course, the payment to that particular individual, and that was his choice alongside our late monarch. But, you know, there are other things in his career that he could have celebrated. His involvement with the Falklands War, which was, of course, a big, big worry for his mother at the time. And he is still, whether you like it or not, unlike the other duo, Harry and Meghan, they are, yes, by marriage, you know, relations, whatever you want to call them, inside the British monarchy. So some people might say that they're just rewriting history by the removal of him. And wouldn't it be better to learn what he did and the reasons why he's now in disgrace, rather than just simply wiping him out of royal history? And once again, you know, you look at it and think it's the wokey people that are running things like Madame Tussauds that charge extortionate amount really to just stand and stare at wax figurines. But apparently they're much better suited now to making the likes of the fickle-by-night celebrities. And real history, they say, well, you know, people aren't as interested in that. Strange thing is it now, they've decided, of course, that that's a negativity with Prince Andrew. Yet they have a whole section dedicated to the Chamber of Horrors, all about the gruesome crimes that individuals did over the years. Now, some might suggest, of course, that perhaps Prince Andrew could fit in there. However, I would like to suggest he's still part of the British royal history, for good and for bad. What do you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.